Just get into how long you've been into acting for.
Well, I'd say about 3 years now. It started when I just moved up to Sydney and I was doing it. It was just a side gig to get some money, extra work, pretty easy. My older sister got me into it because she used to do some modeling for just a bit of money. And it was my very first production, I guess, scene, extra role, was essentially like diving into the deep end, although I didn't realize it then because it was on a production where I was a woman of the night.
Oh, okay.
For all the old school cats out there.
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
I was 19.
Okay, so all right. Doing a woman of the night at 19
Yeah.
years old.
It was brilliant. I went to, Oxford Street in King's Cross because, that's where those sort of things took place.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really well done. And I didn't think of anything of it at the time. And then after years of going to audition rooms and being like, oh, so what have you been in? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, I was in Macca's commercial or IKEA. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I was like, really?
I was in the Phantom of the
Yeah.
Opera 2.0 sort of thing.
Yeah, I sat on a guy's lap my very first shoot. So top that, honey.
Okay. That along the lines before you even got to that place, did you have artistic pursuits? Were you an artistic person?
I've always been very artistic. I mean,
you consider yourself an artist, so I'm guessing so.
Very much so. If you ask any of the teachers in high school, I did not do any of the work. Instead, I just drew. Doodled as much as I could. Yeah.
You and me both. Yeah. So when like choosing a role like that, like a difficult role like that, especially like that would scare probably some people away. For a first role like that. What's your moral compass or your ethics behind that? Like, how do you choose your roles? And is there a boundary that you just don't push or?
Well, I was actually thrilled to have that role because I considered it to be, the acting community taking me seriously. Like, you wouldn't give that role to someone who you didn't think, they're, not ready for that sort of thing. So I took it and I was like, yeah, I will take anything you give me. I will not shy away from anything because as an actor you have to be strong, you have to be resilient. And I feel as though that philosophy has really carried me through the best of a lot of roles. There was this other role which kind of had a similar tone to it, 2017. It was for a web series called Skinford. It was the second of the series, Skinford Chapter 2. And I saw it on Star Now, which you mentioned before.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your profile, yeah.
And, so I saw it on Star Now and it said, nude model for Renaissance shoot. Yeah. And because, I am very artistic. And
I thought you were going to say, because I'm very nude. I'm such a nude model.
Well, I mean. I saw it and I was like, well, I'm a sucker for art, especially Renaissance. I love Renaissance art. So I thought, you know what? I've only got this hot bod for a certain amount of years. I'm going to go for it.
Nice.
I thought it was going to be more of, paint me like one of your French women type thing in the background, not much spotlight. I got there and I was in the makeup chair getting my hair straightened or whatever faffing around they wanted to do. And the lead actress came up to me, lovely, lovely woman. And she was like, for this orgy scene, if I...
Wait, take a step back, because I think there was a bit of static there. The word I heard was orgy.
I was as surprised as you were.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, all right.